I am the Headless Headhunter, and I am reviewing a software engineer. So this person has applied to, and they are also in chat right now, so they can correct me if I'm wrong. They have applied to 50 applications, and they're a recent grad, and they've only gotten one interview out of for every 50, which as a fresher isn't bad. I don't think that's terrible. I think we can make it so that it's better and they don't have to do 50, but I think that's the minimum as a fresher is between 50 to 75 applications to get an interview. That is the bare minimum your resume needs. So I don't know exactly what kind of full person they are looking for. They just told me they're full stack. So I have the keys for that. So if we are doing full stack or back end, well, let's do full stack because back end would be a little bit different. So this part is fine. I'm not a fan of skills sections, and here's partly why I have this issue is you have Python, Java, C. You have everything. If you have everything, managers think you're lying. I've seen a lot of them say, oh, they have Python, Java, TypeScript, C, C#, and this, and PHP. They're making it up. So typically it doesn't count unless it's in a bullet point. Transformed. Okay, so here's another thing with YAML, which I need to do more research on because this is the second time I've seen this, which I haven't been able to find it that much, so this might be my maybe outdated information, but transform 200 plus YAML schemas, semantic BigQuery, Python is fine, BigQuery can be in some. It's saving. So here's the thing, I want more. You know what? No, you just got this, so that's understandable. Automated debugging in REST API and Shell to analyze CI/CD pipelines, fine. Expanded knowledge sharing by creating analysis supporting. Again, there's too many numbers. And I don't like how they're all bolded because this is not what I'd be looking for. Next.js and Python, containerized using Docker. Here's the thing. If you just said reduce configuration time by 90% by using or developing Next.js and Python, this is fine. This is a great bullet point. I'm missing a lot of stuff. And this does read more like a backend, I think, than full stack. But I'm missing some stuff here. I'm missing your primary language. You want to have which one of these for backend, Python, Java, or whichever C. You want that to be in multiple bullet points. So I don't know which one you're using, or if you really are doing full stack, because this is also the bolding makes it hard to read. Eliminated packaging through automated security state justice. Built API security by handling Docker and Python frameworks. This is good. I don't care about the rest of this, but oh, and here's Google Cloud. That's good too. This should be probably in the first one because you want to show cloud. So I do see REST API. I do see CI/CD. I do see Python, Next.js. I do see Docker. I do see Python. So it does look like a Python position. I want it more in here too. But so that's good. Yeah. So I'm missing SQL. Other than that, your formatting is taking away. But if you just removed this, put your education up here because you just graduated. This is your first kind of real job, I guess. So put your education up top, remove the skill section, and then stop bolding everything. Please stop. And this is fine. Maybe add something with SQL. And am I missing anything? TypeScript if you have it. Otherwise, I think this is fine. And put the cloud more up top. So I'm going to help you with this more in chat, but this is a very good start. You're almost there from, I think, getting maybe 1 in 25 to 1 in 30, which would be solid, especially as a fresher, because you've got some good stuff. It's just your formatting is not helping you. So I'm going to go help you with that, and let's move on to the next resume. This is a resume of an IT support intern / help desk support intern. This is a case for the same title. There's multiple titles for the same type of job. So what they're going to be looking for is Microsoft Office, Windows, Office 365, Mac OS, Linux, iOS, Android. I forgot to put customer service should be there as well. That you multitask and you're willing to learn, work well with others, use troubleshoot, installed, and manage. I don't know how many they've applied to because specifically this was written by a resume writer, and they wanted to know if this resume writer was good. So I'm actually going to be judging the resume writer. So let's begin to see if I can find these and if this resume writer was worth it. That is so hard to say. This is relatively fine. Summary immediately. I don't like summaries. You don't. In IT, graduate with bachelor's computer information, trying out skills and passions, solving problems. This can be deleted. Summaries are not needed. This should be one line max. It should be education and that. So already this is not off to a great start, but again, this is not like a deal breaker. This is just, there are degrees of bad, right? And this is not the worst thing, like having this be not useful and this being slightly longer than it should. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not great, and you want every chance you can. Tech consultant intern. Tech consultant, what? I don't know if that's, okay, I don't like that title, but again, maybe I don't know. Selected to participate in program, collaborating with team of 3 interns to analyze supply chain forecasting efficiencies for racist foods, refine professional project by incorporating structured feedback from peers and mentors, enhancing clarity around impact, applied management. Oh my God, I'm falling asleep at this. From the good project structure, ensuring alignment with strategic goals, utilize measurements to analyze data. There's the first damn thing I need. And support theoretical solutions, and data organization. This is, you need to get your money back. I don't like this. Assisted average with support orders within straight. This is solid. I like this. This is gibberish. Almost all of this is just gibberish. Like, did they utilized Excel to analyze data and support theoretical solutions? What do you do? I don't understand what this is. I've not heard of a tech consultant intern. Here's my issue with this. In this entire thing, besides your education, which you do need your education up top, this entire thing, the only thing I found that was useful is this. Microsoft Office Excel, all the way down here. This is bad. Warehouse associate. Why is there only 2? Wait, also, why is this just 2023 and not... Okay, here's a huge issue, which is really bad. Why this is really, really, really bad. You need your money back. The title of this video is Person Got Scammed by Bad Resume Writer, because I think you did. So there's a lot of formatting issues, not just in the bullet points, which are bad, but specifically in here. This is one of the biggest issues. Like I said, there are varying degrees of bad. And this, not great, but not like a deal breaker. This being this long, not great, not a deal breaker. This right here, I have seen a ton of people get rejected. Every single time you have a date, besides certificate in education, those are the exceptions, you need the months. Because 2024, what does that mean? Were you there for a month? Were you there for 9 months? Are you still working there? I don't know. This is gibberish. Especially because you have this. This makes it look like you've been here for a single month and got fired. This makes it look like you've been here for a single month and got fired. This makes it look like you've been here since December 2022 and to January 2023. You need months with these dates. In the experience, you need months, because otherwise it doesn't show. You absolutely got scammed. Work on PC, trouble peripherals throughout the operating system. See, this is a semi-good sentence, but there's a layer of gibberish through this. Finalize with integrating. I don't care. I don't care about Python. Root cause of customer churn at Telecom. Why do I care? I don't. Look, this is great for a lot of other resumes. I literally, okay, IT support, customer support is basically somebody that is going to have to tell you, hey, you don't have your computer plugged in. Yeah, you do a lot more stuff. You install Office, Windows, you try to fix stuff. But a lot of the times, you just fix somebody's basic computer. And I've been on the other end. I've been the idiot where they're like, Lee, did you check to see if your camera was on? And I went, what? Oh God, no. That is the person. You have to be patient and understanding to idiots who forget to turn on their camera like me. And none of this is showing this. The only thing I can find is Excel and actually this, which is an okay one. You absolutely got scammed. This resume needs to be burned. It's bad. I'm sorry you got scammed. Hopefully you can get your money back. This is why I started this channel, so people like you would not get scammed, because you don't know what a good resume looks like to me, because I am a recruiter. I need a different type of resume. This looks gorgeous to candidates, but is absolutely crap for recruiters. And I am so sorry. I am sorry you got scammed. I don't like it. And this is why I'm critical, is so people wouldn't do this. I mean, you need to redo this resume. I mean, you can apply with it, but I don't think it's going to get you a lot of stuff. And in addition, IT support intern, I'll be honest, I don't think you need to just apply for intern. You can kind of do help desk with just a bachelor's or part of a bachelor's. It's not all help desk positions, but a lot of them. So you don't even need to just do intern. You could maybe start with regular help desk, although the hours might be difficult to manage with full-time school. So you got scammed. I really am sorry. I redo this whole damn thing. I use my format. None of this is good. Like, this is mid, right? This is not the worst thing, but whatever. But this could get you rejected by a lot of stuff. And then this is gibberish except for this. I don't know if they ran it through ChatGPT. I don't know if they thought this is what it is, but please, it's bad. Redo it. Come on my channel. I will help you out. I feel bad. I hope you did not spend a lot of money. I really, really hope you did not spend a lot of money. Yeah, all right. I gotta go over to the next one. I'm truly sorry you had to, you paid money for this. This is a senior software engineer. They have applied to 50 and gotten basically 50 to 1, which isn't terrible. It's not like 50 to 1 is like the bare minimum I think you should be getting, right? Like, that's where, yeah, your resume could improve, but also you could have a way lot worse. Anything above 50 could be that. So they said they took some time off to restart the latest redacted project and travel. So the first thing is, this format is not helping. It's single column all the way. The skills section is not needed. Also, I see you take time off here. That's not a huge deal. You've been out of work for about a year. It's when you get to 2 years you start to have issues, especially with all the tech layoffs. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But versatile, hands-on with robust, blah, 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 blah. You could delete this. This is, I mean, like, you could delete this. So your formatting is off for sure. But again, that's not a super deal breaker. Formatting is like 40% of your grade on this, I would say, and that you can still fail if the formatting is bad enough, but it's not be-all, end-all, but you really do need to delete this and fix the formatting. Because also there's so much wasted space, and this is really small. This is hard to read. If you've seen 35 resumes in a row and you are number 36, it's hard to read this because you have to, like, okay, you have to go down and then you have to look here. So please use my template format, but in the actual bullet points, acted as the key owner and maintainer of a Python library package utilized by over 100 engineers. Perfect. Great. Designed and implemented dead end letter handling with retries loading for Rabbit MQ. Redis I've seen. Leveraged. Boo. I hate the word leverage, but this is fine because it has AWS. This should be one sentence. Every bullet point is a single sentence. It could be a big sentence. It could be a run-on sentence, but it needs to be a single sentence. Proposed and led a successful project hackathon by revamping tool document MK dots API. We have API. That's good. That's what I'd be looking for. Optimized build with heavy CI/CD. Perfect. Docker can be one. See, legacy. Ugh. I don't know if this one's needed. Updated development deployment process. This is a fine bullet point. Your bullet points are actually relatively solid. I think you're missing SQL. And I'd like a little bit more Python. If you're doing full stack, I'd like some TypeScript along with JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. But overall, your bullet points are mostly solid. I could see you getting an interview just based on this. It's hard to find what we need because we have to go all the way down here. And then when you build this, it looks weird and it's hard to read. And remember, we have 15 seconds to find that. I think you need to add maybe SQL and then JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, and TypeScript if you did those. Read you a little bit of the bullet points, but overall, I can definitely see people moving you forward if they do this. It's hard to find what I need here. But it's not bad. It's just like, look, this resume would get you a ton of jobs in 2018. In fact, it would probably get you a ton of jobs in 2021. But we are in 2025 and IT is still in a slump at the time of recording in this video. So do those changes. I don't think they're going to need a lot of changes, just some formatting mainly. But overall, I guess if I'm doing this as a grade, this is like a C-, and you can bump this up to a B+ by just changing some of the formatting. It passes, but barely. But I don't, this is some solid experience. So I don't want you to do it 1 in every 50. So that is my vote on this one. Let's do to the last resume. For the final resume of this video, we have a recruiter. I'm excited. We got our first recruiter on here. I mean, because I'm a recruiter, obviously. I want to review my own types of resumes. I like this. So what they're looking for is like a couple of names. It could be talent acquisition, recruiter, account manager. There's a lot of names for us, truthfully. Usually it's going to be something in TA/recruiting. It does look like specifically they're looking for a more senior role. So they actually, and I'm looking at this, they actually have a relatively solid ratio of 50 applications to 1. I have said IT is in a downturn. Recruiting is in a severe downturn. I haven't mentioned it on the channel because it's not applicable to a lot, but what we're going to be looking for is these kind of things. But a 1 to 50 ratio as a recruiter, especially if you're going for a remote role, right now isn't bad. It's really brutal out there for recruiters. I just know people don't have sympathy for us, so I haven't really said it, but it's very bad. So what we're going to be looking for is the word full cycle. Not necessarily as much 360 unless you're going for agency. I assume you're going for internal recruitment roles. So full cycle, technical recruiting, or specifically industry recruiting. So if you're doing biopharma or IT would be technical recruiting, that kind of thing. I don't know which one you're going to do yet, but whichever types you've had, put it in. That you've had DE&I, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion recruiting. A lot of roles still want that, which I think is good. DI&I is good. You may want to write it more of like inclusive recruiting, but it's both are fine. That you've sourced, that you have ATS experience, so any type of ATS used, that you have high volume. And I know most recruiters you don't really get to source with high volume. It's usually one or the other, but it's good to have both on your resume. And this is where you get more into qualifications, which is that you've made partnerships with hiring managers. So they want to know that you can lead the process of recruiting, because recruitment is basically you have all the responsibility but none of the power. So you have to convince managers to do things. You have to be the advocate for the process. And although the final decision lies on them, you are still responsible for it. So they want to know that you can partner with managers and that you've used other recruitment channels and tools. So like LinkedIn, Indeed, and I know technically they have ATSs too, but usually people aren't going to care about those. But they do want to know that you use LinkedIn, Indeed, how you've gotten candidates that were hard to find. So those are going to be the basics that we're going to be searching for. So already I'm not a fan of the formatting. It's not going to take a ton. Not a fan of summaries. Unless you are switching industries. So what we've got here is methodical, well-coordinated, professional with expertise, full life cycle. Correct keywords. Again, not a fan of summaries. I think those should be in the bullet points. Same with this. So a lot of managers won't like it. So personally, I want these to be in the bullet points, although I do believe you've gotten the right keywords. So that is good. So divisional recruiter. Perform full cycle. Okay. Recruiting for federal clients, good. Federal is going to be one of the keywords if that's what you've done, including sourcing, screening, salary negotiations, and onboarding. Good. I actually really like that sentence. That's a very good sentence. This is why I don't like all of this, is because this is a very good sentence immediately. Supported clients such as the FBI. That's awesome. You've done so much more cool stuff than me. I'm sorry. I've loved the companies I worked for, but working directly for the FBI is awesome. DOG, NGA, SEI, AHA, cybersecurity infrastructure. So I think this might be slightly too many, but I do like this. But this is still good. Ranked top 5 in outreach and production while maintaining candidate pipeline. Good. Mentor, train you to stand up and direct you to have this. So here's what I'm missing from this. I think these are good. I think you may want to combine some of these bullet points, like perform lifecycle recruiting for federal agencies such as FBI, DOG, etc., in cybersecurity, IT, and infrastructure. I feel like these could be the same bullet point. These could maybe be the same bullet point. You can combine them. But I do want to know, I don't see anything about high volume. I don't see anything specifically about how you partner with hiring managers. Again, I don't know, Zachary, this specific recruitment firm. Maybe your agency, in which case these keywords are not going to be exactly correct. But I'm assuming you're internal based on this. So if you are internal, I want to know more about the hiring managers and stuff in the very first one. So that is an important factor. I need to know, it should be in here somewhere. I need to know how you partner with hiring managers. And like I said, I think these can be combined into one, and I think these can be combined into one. And you've been there for a bit, so you could add a little bit more bullet points because you'd have room with this. It's also important to put education at the top. I don't know why, but a lot of recruitment companies like that you've got a bachelor's if you have it. So let's look at this. Full desk technical, perfect. Source candidates for technical roles, Python, Golang. So here's why. If they have Java, they may not know that as part of it. So instead of just technical roles like Python, Golang, Ruby, I would say something more akin to sourced candidate for technical roles such as software engineers, data scientists. Do the job title, not necessarily just that. The rest of this is fine using LinkedIn Recruiter Monster. Actually, the more I'm looking at this, the more you may actually be an agency recruiter. Or you've done both, which, like me, is good. Sorry, I like recruitment resumes. Obviously, I'm geeking out. Conducted pre-screens of virtual interviews. Again, good. Built commercial clients and posted job descriptions is fine. Again, I'm going to need something with an ATS in here, and I need something with a manager. If you're going for internal, we are even a little bit agency. We really, really need to know specifically management. What did you do with management? How did you talk to them? How did you handle? I had 35 active requisitions at the same time with multiple managers, and I had to schedule meetings with them. I had to go over hard to fill positions and fill them, etc., etc. I need to know how you had zero authority but used your responsibility to make placements, which is kind of almost what's missing, along with, like I said, DEI and high volume. But overall, this is okay. Deliver quantity for achieving 15 starts in 5 months. That's solid. Maintain accurate ATS documentation. So yeah, this is where these are going to be your big ones, right? Recruiting is super flooded right now. There's a lot of layoffs. So I really, really need you to put in something with hiring managers and ATS up top, because I know you use them. We all did. Every recruiter uses an ATS. And what else was I looking for? Hiring managers, DEI, but primarily high volume and hiring manager relationships are what I'm missing. I could see you moving forward, which I think is why you've gotten 1 to 50. But I think we can give you a better ratio if you use the template and format on my website, and which is, again, free. I'm not charging for any of this. And specifically add something about hiring managers and high volume. I think those are your two things that you're missing, is hiring managers and high volume. And what type of ATS you used, if it was one of the main ones. So I guess if we're doing, again, like grades, this would be the C-. I think it passes, but barely. But it's also graded on a curve. So that'll be it for this video. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'm angry that people are getting scammed. But if you do like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. And if you need more help, stop by my live stream. I'd be glad to help you. So I'll see you on the next video.